when your partner is capable of showing empathy to others, like their children, their parents, their friends, and other family members, and not you. This happens with a lot of couples that I work with. I frequently see this. When couples come to me to create a new relationship, they will say, how come they are able, I see them showing love and empathy and compassion and support to all their family, to our children, why are they not doing this for me? And this can be often because a decision has been made, and often at the unconscious level. So by that I mean like they're not really aware of that they've had this belief or they made this decision. But what happens is when their partner talks, they just switch off. Often they can say to themselves, oh, they're just moaning and nagging again, I'm not going to listen. Or they may say to themselves, oh, they're never happy, they're always complaining. Or they may believe, oh, they're capable of handling life themselves, it's not my responsibility. Sometimes they may switch off because they find it painful, because when their partner expresses their unhappiness, they feel like they're failing, they're not good enough. And so rather than listening, they go into themselves, or they completely shut themselves down, shut themselves off as a defense mechanism. Whenever you decide that your partner is always complaining, never happy, things like that, that always, that never, that huge generalization, and you don't listen to what they're saying, you're not going to be able to show empathy. You cannot show empathy if you are not really listening. So to break free from this, it's very important, whenever your partner is speaking, to say to yourself, maybe they have a valid point. Maybe I should listen here. Maybe I need to pay attention. And when you do that, you're going to be able to listen, and then you're going to be able to show empathy. And often when I work with men or women where they are able to show empathy with others and not with their partner, it is because they've just decided that their partner is never happy, or their partner is always down, and they just really stop listening. As it's so difficult to be in a relationship with someone who lacks empathy, I'm going to share now a few tips to help you. Remember, as I've gone through all those different explanations, that it isn't personal. The way your partner is behaving is not a reflection on you. In fact, it's a reflection of them, often their upbringing or experiences in life, that has affected them to be the way that they are towards you. And even though their words may hurt you, it's important to ask yourself, do you really believe that they are trying to harm you, or maybe just ill-equipped to show empathy? Maybe they could do with some coaching or relationship counselling to help them be able to change this. Another thing that can help is to set healthy boundaries. If you notice a pattern of behaviour that's not working for you, for example, you need them to be there for you after you've had a really difficult day at work, or you need them to be there for you when you need to have a break and go and do a yoga class or whatever, any exercise, whatever you need, tell them what you need. List your expectations. Do not expect them to mind read. That's one of the biggest mistakes that couples make in relationships. They think, okay, because we've been together now for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is, they should know. They should know what I need. They should know what I like. They should know what... And we don't know, One, because people change all the time. Two, because we have 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. How on earth can we process all of that and know what the other 60,000, 70,000 thoughts the other person is thinking? Pretty much impossible. And yeah, there are times in our relationship where we are in sync and we can know what the other person's going to say before they finish the sentence. Yet don't expect that to be all the time. So really share what you need. And if you don't know what you need, then you need to take some time out and either by yourself or working with someone, work it out. Because it's going to make you happier knowing what you need and then expressing what you need. Then there's also creating a support network. So you're not solely relying on your partner. A happy life is a balanced life. And they may not be able to meet your emotional needs at that moment in time. Maybe they do need some upskilling. Maybe they are going through a difficult time. So having a support group around you of other people that you can turn to, that you trust, is really important. And remember to show love to yourself. Taking time to show love and compassion to yourself. Reminding yourself that you are worthy of giving yourself things that lift you up. What makes you feel alive? What helps you get through a difficult day? For me, it's exercise and meditation and really good quality food. My favourite food, good quality food, of course, like treats. And that makes me feel good. So if I am having a day where I'm not feeling great emotionally, then that's what I'll do. I'll give that to myself. I also have my self-confidence meditation, which I created, and I listen to my own meditations. And that really helps. And if you want to get some of my meditations for free, you can go to one of my 2 Facebook groups, the Vanana Facebook group, which is life coaching, overcoming anxiety, dancing. You don't have to join in the dances, of course you're welcome to. And there's also the relationship group, which is called Relationship Tips, Advice and Strategies with Nicola Beer. So you can join them and get the meditations. It's also on my website, nicolabeer.com, if you want to give that a go. But these are the things that make me feel good. And you know what makes you feel good. And for you, if you have been told you lack empathy and you're not really sure where to start, here are some things that you can do to make your relationship better and hopefully have a healthier relationship with yourself and with others in your life outside of your relationship as well. So practice reassurance and confirmation of your support. This will go a huge way in your relationship. Remember that we all seek to be loved and understood when we communicate. When we communicate in a relationship, we want to be heard, we want to be made to feel important, we want to be respected and cared for. So give this by affirming your love. The next is to really listen carefully to what your partner is feeling and any anxieties. If someone is going through anxiety, if someone is in your head being negative, complaining, then they're probably already struggling a lot. People don't choose to have ongoing anxious thoughts. People don't choose to be stressed. Often those 60,000, 70,000 thoughts that they're having are just going out of control. And they don't know how to calm it. And they don't know how to maybe get out of the sadness or the depression or the grief or the fear, the worry. And whilst to you, if that is happening, you may feel like, oh, not again. They need love. They need patience. They need kindness. And you need to create a plan to help them get out of it. Because without a plan, that's where people do sink into feeling hopeless. And then that, of course, makes the emotions more intense. Another thing you can do is accept the way they feel, rather than becoming defensive. Listening, asking yourself, do they have a valid point? What do they need? If you're dismissive or defensive, it's going to create a lot more problems. So listen to them without judgment, communicate without judgment. This is going to really help your relationship. And again, look for actions you can do in the present, in the future, to support one another. Lastly, and in relation to that, talk through your wants and needs. Both partners can benefit from writing up a list of things or actions that they need from each other. What do you need to feel safe, secure, and happy? When you're able to communicate your needs and clearly know what is expected from you, hopefully this will help you to overcome the lack of empathy in your relationship. This is actually one of the 4 parts that I take couples through. Sharing needs, expectations and actions desired to bring them closer together in a forward-focused, positive way. There is no point in going over and over what's happened in the past, what you haven't done for each other. It's important to share, this is how you can make me feel safe, happy and secure. Especially if you are recovering from affairs and things like that, other forms of betrayal. Another thing you can do is incorporate more physical connection. When arguments or conflicts arise as a result of lack of empathy, sometimes a hug, holding hands, even a kiss can bring you closer and stop arguments. Bringing someone in towards you physically is a way to show, I'm here for you, I love you, I care about you, you are important to me. Like opening your arms and just bringing them in. And this great practical tip will give you time to think of what to say if you struggle to show empathy in words. Or maybe you wouldn't even have to respond in words, just by hugging them, kissing their forehead, stroking their hair can make someone feel loved in an instant. And lastly, sometimes it can be good to get a bit of professional support. There are times where we reach a plateau in our life where what we're doing isn't really helping us to make lasting shifts. You can't change yourself with the same level of thinking. If you're thinking in the same way, if you are acting in the same way, if you think or overanalyze your problems for a long time and you find that you're stuck, often we need someone else outside to say, this is what's happening, and then do some processes to help you change it at the subconscious level. Our unconscious mind, our subconscious mind, basically it controls our behaviors, our decisions, our emotions. It has everything there. And if we want to create lasting change, we need to do processes that work with that. I have many processes where I help people to release emotions, release unhelpful thoughts, create new strategies. What are strategies? Strategies are sequences of behavior that you want instead. And when you reprogram yourself, when you learn from the past, when you decide, this is how I want to be, you can create the life, the relationship, how you want it to be. Especially if you are, like I did for all of those years, carrying that inner critic, that inner judging voice that's telling you you're not good enough. That's going to affect your life. So when you make these deeper changes, you literally are free then to choose how you want to express your love, how you want to be. If you'd like to learn more, then you can email me, you can go to my website and book a free 20-minute introduction call. If you're considering some support, just go to nicolabeer.com and all my details are there. Also, feel free to join the Facebook groups if you would like to. It's called Vinana, Vinana, and then the Relationship Advice Group. Love to see you in there. I do a live in each group every week. And have an amazing week ahead. Looking forward to joining with you again next week. Bye!
Thank you for listening to Emotions and Eating with Nicola Beer. To book your free eating strategy session with Nicola, get the free eating support audio or donate. If you have enjoyed the show and want to help keep the show flowing, visit www.nicolabeer.com, where you can also find out more about her new system that has helped hundreds of men and women to change their relationship with food and their body, so they experience more peace and love in their life. We wish you an amazing love-filled day ahead.